Hey everybody, we got a new one here from Adventure Van Man Brian. Goodbye van life. Holy cow, he just bought that new to him box truck and remodeled it and built it out, and now he's giving up van life? Well, for a couple months, yeah. He has driven up to Maine, and he is parking the van on some relatives' land up there in Maine. And he will be, for the next 2 months, I think he said, he'll be flying. He's going to fly to Alaska and get back on that fishing boat that he did last summer. Remember that? He's doing that again this summer, 2 months, and they're paying him some good money. So that's how he finances his channel, with the jobs. You know, like we have Wanderlust Estate just popped up a couple days ago or yesterday saying that he's got a job there in Lewiston, Idaho, making $300 a day. So, you know, he makes some good money. He did a video last year, Brian did, telling us how much money he made on the Jobby Poo up there in Alaska. It's a fishing trawler, and he is kind of back on what do they have? They take the fishing boats and then they dump the fish into this one main boat, and then that goes to other boats that come. I don't know. Anyway, he's not actually fishing. He's managing the fish that are in the boat with a big craney thing and moving them around and doing things with them. And so, yeah, he's not actually fishing, but he's in the process of, you know, how they handle all the fish stuff that is caught. Anyway, he did it last year. And you'll remember he got up to Alaska, and then he was starting to have some issues, and he had appendicitis, and then they sent him back to Seattle, and then he was not sure if he was going to go back on the boat or not. Yeah, he had quite a year last year, but finally he did make it back up there and at least worked partial shift up there. This year it looks like a full 2-month stint for him, so some good money. And then he said he will be returning to Maine and to continue his travels with his girlfriend, I presume. Anyway, so that is the deal. He said for the next 2 months, though, he's going to have very sketchy internet and probably will not be posting a lot of updates about what is going on there. So he said there'll be some downtime on his channel. So that's the deal. He does that every summer, and he's doing it again. Adventure Van Man Brian, a hard-working nomad. Hey, we got a new one here from Snow and Curt there in Nicaragua. You know, they've been traveling south, continually going south there, the American couple. They went through Mexico, Guatemala, what's the next country? Honduras, El Salvador. I'm trying to do my geography. Nicaragua. And now in Costa Rica. I think I got my geography right. But anyway, they didn't do Belize, okay? That's the one country I think that's the only country in Central America. Well, they haven't done Panama yet. So I guess they're going to do Panama next. But, you know, they didn't do Belize. So that was the one country they didn't do, which would have been interesting because it's like the only English, you know, primarily English-speaking country in Central America. But I digress. So Snow is going to be taking a 1-week breather and flying to Florida, where I guess she's got some family and friends and is taking some time off. And she's leaving, but she's coming back in a week, okay? She's not gone for good. She's leaving me for a week, and she'll be right back. So anyway, that's the latest with them. I always enjoy their channel. Wonderful channel there. Snow and Curt in Central America. Hey, he's actually taking a break. He's actually taking a break. Got a new one, Van City Van Life. There's going to be a break in my videos for a bit with the big off-grid rust repair project for the van. Remember, he noticed that it's all rusted out. He has to have that whole big floorboard replaced. Anyway, so he said, and then he's going to be off to say bye to a good friend. Okay, whoever that is. Anyway, so he said he's going to be out of connection for a bit. He'll be filming every day, though, so when he gets back, he'll have a giant pile of video to put up. So we just can't wait for that now, can we? All right, we got Camping with the Kellys continuing their journey out west. They're now in Arizona. It is hot, and they're in Homolovi ruins. Anyway, so yeah. Originally, their plans were to go east up to Maine with you-know-who we don't talk about. You know, they're good buddies. They're into the RC cars and all that. Anyway, that, you know, they have other business to do in Florida, so that, I mean, California, so they're headed to California. And you know who we don't talk about is probably not going to Maine either, so we'll let you know more about that. So everybody's plans are in flux right now, but at least the Camping with the Kellys are heading west. Hey, we got Wonder Hussy up there in the High Sierra Hot Springs. Oh yeah. And at Montana Dana the other day, yesterday, coming out with playing her piano in her van, and then we got the guy cruising the cut in his on his riverboat there in Euro in Britain. He is doing a concert hall on the canal boat. So, you know, hey, we're seeing a trend now. More nomads are getting into music to differentiate themselves from the wide variety of other channels out there. Concert on a boat, huh? Concert in a schoolie. How about that, Blue Van Dan? I don't know. Does he play any instruments? Hey, let's do some letters for the 28th of June, 2021. SC1212 Abel, good morning, Dave. Some nomads were out there welcomes. Glad to see James upload a video. He's a very likable guy and as always has good content. Wonderless Estate James. Yeah, it is true. I think some of these nomads just post so much that you just kind of like, you know, James gets in a period where he'll post a lot and then he takes a long period off. We do see that with some other nomads, but it's good to see James back in touch. Knocker says that bus that Blue Van Dan just bought is a stay at the Panda Ranch for the next 2 years free card for Blue Van Dan. Did I say that? In Ed's vid yesterday, he showed that bus and bragged that its owner was a member of the tribe. I think that's Ed, Nomad Ranch Dressing. I think Ed is good with it. He is, yeah. Ed doesn't want something that's going to deteriorate, okay? Randy's RV was there, and it was just rotting away in the elements. He doesn't want that. But if Dan's going to bring the van, okay, so that gives us some more clues where Dan's putting that van. It's going to be at Panda Land there in beautiful Williams, Arizona. And Dan has dropped some hints that he's buying some land in that area. I don't know. So, yeah, and he's going to turn that into, maybe it's going to be, a clubhouse or a bar or a restaurant, or you could put a lot of bunk beds in there, a guest house. You could do a lot of things with that van. That school bus. It's a big school bus. I don't know, man. So, Blue Van Dan and the schoolie at the Panda Ranch, a.k.a. Ausia Acres, a.k.a. Panda Land, whatever you want to call it. And it seems that Ed's, you don't want to make the mayor upset or the police chief. If Ed's okay with it, then it's good to go. Captain Max says being a nomad is so 2019. It's over, it's done, it's so no more. National forests are closed, BLM land is getting more restricted, gas is getting more expensive, the RTR is dead and gone, although we do hear that it's going to be resurrected in 2022, but we'll talk about that later. The van build is a thing of the past. Well, I don't know. I may be coming back this year. Anyway, Captain Max continues. Quartzsite looks like a ghost town. RV dealers have left for good. Everybody has gone and bought property, so they don't have a place to land. So they do have a place to land. Nobody's on the road anymore. Face it, Dave, you need to start following a new crowd. Nothing more to get from this bunch. Yeah. Camping seems to be up and about this year, but the true nomads, the people that really live on the road and travel a lot and stuff, yeah, they've either got some land or they're just circling the same places over and over again and doing doing less and less cool stuff. That is definitely true. Mr. Rockford says the reason why so many of the nomads are and will be purchasing used school buses is directly linked to the COVID pandemic. Many schools across the country have not had in-person learning for the last year or so, so no need for the school buses. Many of those school buses that have been sitting idle during the pandemic, yeah, they're getting rid of them, right? Many have had rodent infestations and dry rot tires and engine gasket issues due to sitting out in the sun in high heat. Many school bus companies are dumping these time bombs before they may not even start, whatever, etc., etc. I would suggest to those thinking about purchasing one to stay far away from these cheap price school buses, which in the long run will be a giant money pit. Again, we've seen that in many elements of the school busy things. These buses are old and they've been used up. Not just school buses, but all the other, the U-Haul box vans, the box trucks, a lot of these other bus type things that have been used to chauffeur senior citizens around or whatever, ambulances and stuff like that. Sometimes people are buying these used vehicles that these counties and cities and states don't want anymore. They've been pretty much used, they've been driven heavily. So you're buying a very used vehicle that's probably going to need a lot of work. Answer Free Zone says, so happy for Kevin. Getting over cancer myself, I share in his joy. Also have a best friend who was there for me like Felix was for Kevin. I appreciate him sharing his journey. God is good. Sorry, Meowwitch says, I read a card and I was thanking Diane from Texas for that camo pillow she sent me the other day. And then I went to say Denise. Yeah, it's Diane. Diane in Texas sent me a really cool camo pillow, which is, I've been actually, it's been very nice. Yeah. See this camo pillow? That's what Diane, not Denise, sent me. And it's really nice. And she sent me a whole bunch of other things too. So, thank you very much, Diane. Not Denise, Diane. A Canadian chick says, Kevin and Felix remind me of that movie, A Family Thing, with James Earl Jones and Robert Duvall. I don't know, man. I've never seen it. We were talking about Let's Talk More Journey and how they're doing a vacation. And they were mentioning at the end of one of their videos, the vacation in Hawaii, 9 weeks. Hey, send some money on our Patreon if you'd like to help support us. Odd17B says, leaving a tip jar out is one thing. Expecting others to finance your lifestyle entirely another. Not a good look. Begging for money for vet bills while you sit by the fire and have a cold one turns my stomach. And ironically, most of the offenders claim to be the strongest flag-waving, Bible-thumping you-know-whos. The cognitive dissonance is real. It's the hypocrisy. I get my geography of Eastern Washington all mixed up. I'm sorry. Gampy says, come on, man. Tri-Cities, Pasco, Kennewick, Richland. Learn the state home of awful liberal West. I'm focusing too much on the awful liberals in the west part of the state and not on the good old conservatives there on the east part of the state, including those living near the Hanford nuclear plant. I need to bone up on my Eastern Washington geography. That is definitely true, Gampy. Judy Zimshad, she's got a chicken coop down there. She built a chicken coop down there in northern Florida. She said she got 33 more views of little Huey and his sisters. She's naming the chickens after me. My last name. Anyway, it's still apparent that, Anyway, her sub count didn't change, but she did get some more views. Little Huey has been crowing all morning. And she's got, I think, Baby Davy and, Cammy and stuff like that. So, all her chickens are named after me. Oh, isn't that adorable? That is adorable. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. It is the 28th of June, 2021. Thank you for watching Camo Dave letters and more for this beautiful Monday afternoon. Thanks for watching. Vlog under.